Hello and welcome. I'm MVPete and we're doing something a little bit special today. We are in the year 2030. We have gone 10 years into the future, and my poor PC, it basically took it all day to simulate 10 years of Football Manager. I had quite a lot of leagues loaded, as you'll see here. I basically wanted the most complete future possible whilst not taking forever and destroying my PC. So this is what we've got. 2030, I'm going to show you what's been going on through the past 10 years, and we're going to take a job. And I'll be honest, my original plan was to go 10 years in the future and manage Man United. That's what I'd like to do. I'm a United fan. You know, I thought it'd be cool. However, looking at the way the world is shaped out, the world of football, I don't want to anymore. My plans have completely changed because of what's going on in this save. And it's crazy. So we're going to start in the Premier League, and we are going to look at Man United. It's pre-season. There's just been a World Cup, actually. And just quickly, you might be able to see what I'm hinting at already. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is still the manager at Man United in 2030. Captain is Marcus Rashford. Vice-captain, Frankie de Jong. They've got a key player in Graham Dodds and a hot prospect in Edison Paula. They've just come off the back of winning the Premier League. Over the past 10 years, they've won it 3 times. However, because of where they're at right now, I don't want to take over them because they are insane. They have such an incredible squad. Honestly, they've won the Premier League last season, and spoiler alert, but they won the Champions League as well, and they've been pretty prolific in doing so. So I feel kind of bad just coming in and saying, right, Ollie, you've done a good job. See you later. I'll take over. I think it's too easy. I kind of see United as a bit of a challenge now. I want to knock them off the perch. I want to, I want a different kind of challenge, I think. So I think in this save, at some point, maybe the last team I manage will be Man United, and we will be winning everything. But that's not where we're going to start. Like I said, we'll start with the Premier League. Man United are the title holders, and we'll skip over to past winners. 3 times United have won it in the 10 years. City winning it 4 times, and Liverpool winning it twice. A little Man United-Liverpool sandwich here recently. Chelsea winning it once as well. But other than that, I don't even see any other teams in the past 10 years in the top 3. So that's pretty telling of the dominant clubs in English football. If you look at the actual league, I don't think it looks too dissimilar, to be honest. I mean, Bournemouth are in there. I'm assuming they got promoted last season. Nope, they've been in the Premier League for some time now. Got promoted in 24-25 after being relegated the season before, and have stayed there. So to be fair, since 2020, they've only spent 2 years in the Championship and second and first. So automatic promotion both times. So Bournemouth are a established Premier League side. Sheffield United are still around. Norwich are in here as well. They came up a few seasons ago. They finished 6th last season. Norwich are one to look out for. Fair enough. Tottenham have been mediocre, really. 9th, 6th, 4th is their best finish. 5th, 8th, mid-table, occasionally popping up in the Europa League. Not really good enough for a team of that stature. And West Brom are still around. They got promoted last season after spending a couple of years down in the Championship and being a bit rubbish, to be honest. Let's have a quick gander at the Championship. So West Brom going up last season. Sheffield United also going up. And then Palace being promoted with them. But yeah, looking at this league, I don't think there's anybody you'd think, oh, sorry, Leicester are here. Now that's the one, really. Leicester, maybe Watford. I don't know. These are the teams that are sponsored by UI, so you'd expect them to be better. But they're not. They only got relegated last season, 18th. They'll be pretty disappointed with that, so they'll be looking to come in straight back into the Premier League, I imagine. But, you know, I don't think there's been anything too crazy. Seems pretty, you know, believable. So that's the Premier League. We'll have a look at the Spanish. Helps if I spell Spanish right. Oh, come on. Let's just go for Real Madrid. I know how to spell that. Oh, Villarreal, they'll do. Spanish. Right, I'll get there. Looking at the past winners for the La Liga. Barcelona, Atletico Madrid a bunch of times. Barca have been quite dominant, haven't they? 7 times. Real Madrid once. Wow. Only once. Runner-up 5 times? 6 times. Real Sociedad getting a runner-up place as well in 2022, where Barcelona went in the top 4. Wow. But as you can see, Barcelona have been pretty dominant. And yet again, I don't think there's any teams that aren't in La Liga that you'd expect to be there. Let's have a quick gander at Germany. Dortmund and Bayern are still around. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Can you see this dominance by Bayern? 10 years has passed, and they're still winning the league every single season. Crazy. They're actually on an 18-year winning streak of the Bundesliga. And in that time, Dortmund have come runner-up 10 times? Insane. To be honest, let's have a look at Dortmund. They're a team I was looking at to manage. And I still think I might, but they're not going to be the team that I pick to start with. Purely because they've got what I'd consider a league-winning side. I think they've just been poorly managed. And they've got the money to bring in new people. They've got a young squad. Lots of 22-year-olds, 24-year-olds, you know, a good crop of, like, more professional players. You've got Pelistri, who's a great player. So, you know, I'm looking at them in the future. I will be keeping my eye on them as a potential manager's job. And it would be nice to get Dortmund to win the league for a change. Knock Bayern off their pedestal. Unless it happens before I get there. In which case, that would suck. Continuing on to Italy. I don't think there's anybody there that we wouldn't expect. But looking at the winners, I'd consider this surprising. Inter winning 5 out of the 10. I wouldn't expect that. Juve only with 3. Lazio with 1 and Milan with 1 as well. Inter are looking like a force to be reckoned with. And I may as well tell you, I'm going to manage Juve. And I'll show you why. If you look at the age of their squad, they've got 10 players 30 or above. And yeah, some of them are world-class players, but some of them have no right to be there. And I think they need a massive, massive rebuild job. And I've never wanted to manage Juventus because they've always been too good. So actually getting Juve competitive again to win the league and maybe make a team that can dominate again, I think that's what sold it for me. Definitely. Have an absolute clear out. Unfortunately, they've already spent a little bit of money and brought in a 31-year-old Oriol Busquets. So he's going to have to stick around for at least a little bit. They've still got Matthias de Ligt, who I'm sure will be sticking around at least a little bit because he's still a pretty good defender. They've got Pulisic, Unai Simeon. Some of these names I recognise, but being 10 years in the future, I can't rely on my football knowledge because more than half of this team, I have no idea who they are because they're either, randomly generated or were really young and I don't know about them. So I think part of the reason I wanted to do a save 10 years in the future is this nice mix of younger players today being older then, seeing how they turn out, where they end up, and then bringing through the crop, the new generation, the next crop of players. So to me, that's interesting. So that's why we're going to be starting as Juventus in this 2030 save. We won't miss out France. We will have a look at France. We'll get back to Serie A. So in the Uber Eats League, I think the most surprising thing is that PSG didn't win all 10 seasons. Olympique Lyonnais winning with Lille behind them. PSG in third for one season. Other than that, total dominance by Paris Saint-Germain. I guess Lyonnais is the other team that are big in France these days. Plenty of runners-up. They won it once. Monaco seem to have fallen by the wayside. And Lille seem to be up and about there, to be fair. So can't write them off. But I think that's the most surprising thing you can say about France. I have been considering the Portuguese league as well. It's been shared by Porto and Benfica, as to be expected. Porto recently getting the better of the rub, whereas Benfica started the stronger. And I think the most surprising thing about this is Sporting have been nowhere, really. Third spots, 1 second. They've just not been as competitive and have fallen by the wayside. Let's have a look at Holland because we're here yet again. The only surprising thing is Ajax didn't win all 10 years. PSV, I know them with a couple of league wins and pretty much every other second place going. Looking at other competitions, there has just been a World Cup. And the holders are Spain. After this, they had a penalty shootout in the final against Holland, who were the current holders of the World Cup after winning it in 2026. Spain winning it also in 2022. So dominance by Spain and Holland, I guess. I don't think there's no need to look too much into it, but I do wonder if we can see who they've played in the final. Yep. So in 2022, it was Spain and Brazil. England getting third. Holland-Spain final in 2026 as well. Wow. Holland winning that one. Brazil placing third. And then this year, France placing third behind Holland and Spain. Let's look into the continental stuff. Current holders of the Champions League are Liverpool after beating Barcelona in the final. And this is where I was thinking I don't want to take over United because they might have been a bit patchy in the league, but they've been unbelievable in the Champions League since 2021. They've won it 6 times out of the 10. That's crazy. I mean, look at this. No team in the history of the world has dominated the Champions League like that. Real Madrid winning it 3 times in the bounce is probably the one that's next closest, but that's crazy. And they lost it in the final against Bayern in 24 as well. I think they're just too good. So that's why I'm not managing United, is because of this, really. I want to see them, but I just want to see how they go, especially if I can get a team like Juventus, like Dortmund, up to the top here and challenge them. I think that's the way the save's going to go. I mean, I'm going to leave it quite open and see how I feel about things, how they're going, because this is going to be really difficult. I cannot come into this Juventus job and just think of, right, I need a striker. I know 10 strikers that are really good that we can probably afford and go out and buy one. I'm actually going to have to scout everybody properly, and maybe I'll make some mistakes because I don't know the players in this game as I do in real life, or as I know from previous FM games. So, yeah, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Let's have a quick gander at the Europa League. No, it's not called the Europa League. But if we look at Euro, I think it's here. Is it the Euro Cup these days? Euro Cup, yeah. So, past winners. Nobody dominating this, but Benfica with 2 wins, Valencia with a win, 2 for Milan. Valencia getting 2 wins, actually. Chelsea. Man City as well, Tottenham. And most recently, Hertha Berlin. And part of the reason, again, I want to manage Juventus, they actually lost in the Europa League final, as they did in 25 in the Italian final against Milan. So I feel like this Juventus team is pretty washed up. I think they're living on the glories of old, and I want to return that. Let's see if I can. It's going to be difficult. It's not going to be easy. Not by a long shot. So let's go and start my first day as manager of Juventus. We have signed on the dotted line and are being paid a hefty £155,000 a week. I mean, okay, I probably wouldn't have got the job if I'd applied for it, but it's not the point. Loving the fact that, given the fact I lack the reputation of a title specialist, given the club's current ambitions. Yeah, okay. I mean, you'll see. You'll see. I'm here for the title. I'm here for the top set. So, at Juventus now, let's see what's what. They are considered to have a media prediction of 2nd place. Hoping that the transfers and the way we'll play will change this. 4.5-star reputation side. Technical director is Leandro Pontillo. Can we have a look at him? Yep, 50-year-old Italian. Seems good. And our assistant manager is none other than Iago Aspas, the Celta Vigo legend, I guess. Played for Liverpool as well. I always forget he played for Liverpool. But he seems to be an excellent assistant manager. Honestly, he's fantastic. So, yeah, I'll be keeping Aspas around for sure. Obviously, the club's got a rich history of trophies. We are in the Champions League for this season. Finished 2nd last season. So, yeah, I think we're just trying to get this giant awake again. The team report for the best 11 is here. I believe they've just brought in Casillo Neto, who's a 21-year-old Brazilian incredible wonder kid, I guess. I don't think they paid that much for him either. We'll get into the transfers and such when we get to look into a bit more depth, but this is what I'm talking about. Pulisic on the left and Ferran Torres on the right. 30 years old, 31 years old. We then got Oriol Busquets, who's come in, 31 years old. Lucas Abrahamsen. Norwegian 23-year-old. He looks pretty good. I mean, only considered a 3-star. He's got some good stats, I think he's half decent. Got Luis Antonio at the base of the midfield, 25-year-old Brazilian. Also considered 3-star. Serge Traore, left back, 21-year-old Portuguese, who can still improve. He looks pretty cool. We've got, and then again, centre-back pairing of Malang Sarr, 31 years old, and Matthias de Ligt, 30 years old. I think de Ligt, he definitely has a few more years in him, so he'll probably be the one that I will keep around. And then we've got Yuri Delati, Italian right back, who, at 22 years old, he's got 52 caps for Italy. So clearly a world-class player. So this side of the defence, I'm not too worried about. This side and pretty much the whole other squad, yeah, maybe. And then Unai Simon, a 33-year-old Spanish goalkeeper, considered 3-star. We know what football managers like with goalkeepers. ratings and things. So we'll see into that. Only got a loan obligation, no other transfer obligation to think about. So the club culture, they want to sign players based in Italy, play exciting football, make the most of set pieces, play a high-tempo pressing game, and sign high-reputation players. I'm probably going to be marked down for the set pieces. I don't believe a side like Juventus should be considering set pieces as their main source of goals. That's just wrong. For a top-tier side, no. We're not Stoke. Come on. Then we've got the 5-year plan. We want to maintain the club status as the most reputable club in Italy. I think we can do that. Work within the wage budget. 4-year contracts for first-team players. Best use system in the country. That's fine. Spend the original transfer budget. So they actually want me to spend what I've been given, which is great. That's fine. I will spend all the money. No problem. And also maintain the best use system in the world, as well as the country. Wow. All right. Fair enough. End of season expectations. They want to reach the first knockout round of the Champions League. Hopefully we'll do one better than that. They want us to challenge for the Serie A. So if we don't win it this year, it's not the end of the world, as long as we don't end up too far behind. And they want us to get to the Italian Cup final, which, they're not really that bothered about, I think. By the end of next year, they want us to win the league and grow the club's reputation. And then my contract expires, so we'll talk about that then. I don't really have too much of a problem with any of that apart from the set pieces. Maybe the high tempo pressing. It depends what kind of squad we've got. Yes, do all that. That sounds good. And we're in. So, my beautiful mug on there next to the Juventus. Lovely. Let's have a look at our team report and squad depth. So, we'll work from the back. We've got no filter on whatsoever. So let's put that 1-star back on there. You can already see at the back there's a serious lack of depth. Unai Simon is the only goalkeeper at the club. And as good as he is, Yuri Diletti is the only right back. So we're going to have to address that. Matthias de Ligt is clearly the best defender at the club. Malang Sarr and Busquets, who we signed for midfield, is considered the second best, or the third best defender at the club. What is going on here? We then have 3. Oh, I guess Diletti can play either left or right. Can he really? This kid's amazing. Oh, I love him. Yeah, he's great. Yeah, he can stick around. Big fan of him. He's got the number 7 at right back. You know what? I'm going to let him keep it. I think he's earned it. He looks good. Malang Sarr is apparently the second best left back at the club. And then is that Serge Traore, who we're playing at left back for now, I imagine. He's quite pacey and he's got potential, so maybe we'll stick with him. Well, he'll need competition. That's because, yeah, absolutely. We then have an abundance of midfielders. Like, so many. I love how Yuri Diletti is just the best player in every position so far. Pulisic is the best midfielder at club at 31 years old. That isn't right. And then we've just got mediocrity from here on out. We need some quality. Absolutely. Like, these players have been coasting for such a long time. Definitely need some fresh blood in here. We'll look at the right wing. Pulisic and then Ferran Torres. I just don't see it. Who are you? Yuri Serio. You're okay, I guess. Not really. Not good enough for Juventus, that's for sure. And he's got the number 6. Maybe things are not as good as I even... Oh, I think, okay, maybe they're worse than I anticipated, which is not great. We've got Cassio Neto, who is the striker they've just bought. How much do we pay for him? That's not bad, less than 13 million quid. And he's a 3.5-star winger, 3-star striker. He's got a bit of work to do on his finishing, but he's got plenty of passing, which is nice. 6'1". It's a shame he's not a bit stronger, or he'd be a nice complete forward. I mean, he can do it. He's got a 15 heading. Maybe I would consider, if I get him to work on his strength and stamina, and work rate, actually, that's a big minus. Yeah, maybe that's the problem. But then again, he's going to need it for his Attacking duties anyway. Well, that's going to be a question mark already, even though he's just come in as the best striker at the club. Apparently not, behind Ferran Torres. Yeah, I'm going to need at least half of this squad to leave, and I'm going to have to bring in a lot of players, and I don't know anyone. I tell you what, though, I'm going to have a little look at that World Cup and have a little sneak peek through the national sides, because that might give me a good idea of who to bring in, who's already good. I've not actually seen the finances yet either, so let's have a look. How much money have we got? How much money have we got? That's unfortunate. Is that all we... Oh, wage budget's huge. Here we go. Here we go. Can I not move it yet? Right. Well, either way, we're going to have a lot of money. A lot of money. That's fine. We've got ongoing negotiations going on. Oh, wow. Okay. So they're looking at bringing in Bilbao's goalkeeper for 1.5 million. I mean, it's not a lot of money. So I'm inclined to let this go through. I'm inclined to let that go through. And then they're looking at bringing in a right back. That's good because we want depth there for £24 million. Abdelhak Bout Akrit. I hate Dutch names so much. I mean, they did get to the World Cup final, and yeah, he's been about. He's not in the Dutch side, though. I'm going to have to look at that one. And then they want Namid Collins from Man United. Namdi. There you go. Namdi Collins, who is a German 26-year-old who has never played for Germany. How much are we paying for him? £40 million. £105 a week on a contract. Sorry, £105,000 a week. I'm gonna look at these, and yeah, I'm not expecting all of those to go through. We've got a lot of players that are going to be in their twilight years, and I'd rather sell them than lose them on free contracts. Unai Simon is considered a world-class goalkeeper, so I think 3-star is good. I'm not sure we'll find better, so I will be looking into it, obviously, because we need a new goalkeeper, and I'm definitely not thinking that Jose Antonio Sanz is the one, but I mean, for that much money, I may as well find out. Let's go to the club vision and expectations meeting. I'm not sure they'll let me negotiate any of this, but I'm going to try and get the set pieces thing out. That's the only... Can we not? Please. Please. Why? Why do you want to be good at set pieces? We can't really change any of this, but that's fine. Right, so I'm going to have to get an 8-foot striker in. Are we be able to change? Yeah, we can move our finances now. So essentially, we've got £100 million. Maybe a bit more than that. 130-ish, somewhere in between there, because we're going to need some of it for wages. That's pretty good. That's a really good start. And considering we're going to get some transfer business of the old men leaving. So let's quickly just look at our schedule. Yes, we have it already. So we've got plenty of friendly games lined up. One against Inter. Ooh. Can we arrange any testimonials? I don't think so. That's fine. I always like to do testimonials. It always feels cool. So looking at the schedule now. Oh, no, I've changed it. Calendar. There you go. No. Oh, cancel. Yes, there we go. Right. So first home game of the season is Atalanta. Our first game of the season is Genoa away. So I think we'll come in for Genoa, Atalanta, and then the one after that's probably going to be Lazio and Inter. I mean, Inter 6 games in. That's going to be a tough ask. It is at home at least, so we've got a bit of something there. We also don't have our Champions League groups yet, so we don't know when they're going to play. But I'm feeling good about this. I mean, it's not going to be easy. And yeah, at least I've got a lot of money to work with. And I do want to make this Juventus side successful again. And then one day, I'll leave it as it's blossoming. Maybe I'll go to Dortmund if they still need to win the league. Maybe Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's left United. I don't know. We'll see in the future. But this has just been an introductory to the year 2030 save. We're going to start with Juventus. And I think it's going to be a cool ride. I've been MVPete. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again. Bye for now.